We're back.
We're back.
I know it's been a little while. We didn't mean to like be off the air for that long, you know. It was holidays and we got sick and, you know, all that nasty stuff.
But it's 2024.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's a new year. New year, new us.
New projects?
New projects.
We have had this camper for 2 years.
Yes.
And we have not changed the anode rod yet.
So we're going to need to do that today. We're going to see how bad our anode rod looks after 2 weeks.
Okay, so step one, turn your water off.
So the anode rod helps maintain your RV water heater if you have a tank water heater. Are there other? There's tankless water heaters. They don't need an anode rod.
There's a couple of other types too that don't need anode rods. I don't know the exacts on all of that, but they do exist. So the way that you know is on your water heater, take the thing, the little outside panel off. I'm trying. There we go. Take the little panel off and you're gonna have a plug down here at the bottom. If the plug is made of metal, then you have an anode rod that you need to put in like that. If the plug is plastic, then you need something different, not the same thing, but there's still something you're supposed to do too with those. I don't know much about them. Sorry.
But we're gonna replace our anode rod and walk through every step today so you can learn from our mistakes and see how we do it.
So the next thing you're gonna wanna do is bleed off the pressure. The way I do it is I just turn to power fill tank mode, and that just gets most of the pressure off. And just do that until you stop hearing the water flowing.
Now we gotta open this thing.
Well, no, there's still one more step. You gotta turn the hot water heater off.
Oh, that's a good step.
Make sure your gas is off also. There we go. Now we can start. Well,
What are we starting?
relieving the pressure.
Run away!
So on your hot water heater, there should be some sort of pressure relief valve towards the top. If you've taken all the pressure off, you've turned the hot water heater off, there shouldn't be a lot in there, but just make sure and go ahead and relieve it because otherwise it could come spraying out at you.
Yeah, there was a lot less water in there than I was expecting.
Now I gotta go get my socket set so we can take the anode rod out. You tell them about our holidays.
Hey! We had a ton of fun over the holidays. We went back to Texas to go see family and friends. And we were in the Fort Worth DFW area for most of that time. And then we also went to Houston for a little bit, which was super, super fun because we got to go see some like amazing holiday lights, some like lantern displays, really, really cool stuff like that. And we got to go to NASA, which was super, super awesome. I highly recommend going there during the holiday season because they have lights and all kinds of stuff going on, which is really, really cool.
Does this look big enough for you?
I don't know, we're about to find out. But we did realize that even though we were born and raised in Texas, our allergies do not agree with Texas anymore. So we spent the majority of the month of December sick with just...
It wasn't big enough.
Oh, it wasn't big enough. With just allergies and sinus trouble and things like that. So it was kind of miserable for a portion of the holiday season. We were pretty like snotty and coughing everywhere and that kind of thing. Very unpleasant to be around. You would not have wanted us to do a vlog with us coughing and sneezing everywhere. So we had to hold off, but it was still a lot of fun. It was a great time seeing family and friends, but now we're back. And we are currently in Florida, which is great, although it's a little chilly right now, so that's not so great, but it's gonna warm up, I promise.
I found a bigger one.
All right, does that work? Let's see. Let's find out.
No. Now I have to get all the tools that I don't get to very often.
All your tools, socket set. Oh yeah, here's the inside of our basement area. It's fairly organized. Do we have a winner?
No.
I'll turn this off for just a hot second. We might have a little bit of a snag.
First I'm going to check and see if my socket works on the new one. So I'm really curious. It looks like it should fit on the new one, but it doesn't look like it should fit on the old one, so I'm really confused.
They're not different sizes, are they?
They didn't have any when I went to buy it.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope, it's the same size. Okay. Well, at least we confirmed it's the same size, but you do not have a socket bit that is compatible. So what are we doing now? All right, so plan B. This is RV Live too. We don't have a socket bit that is big enough to get that anode rod off. So now we're gonna have to figure out a plan B to change the anode rod, because until we do that, we have no more hot water. But at least we have the anode rod. So when we do get the socket bit, we can change it out at that point. But the pup needs some attention first, so we'll give her some attention. Plan B.
Gotta go to the store. So the biggest I had was a 1-inch socket and a 22 millimeter, I think. I really thought that the set that I had would be big enough that I really wouldn't need to buy any more sockets, but apparently for the anode rod, it's a 1 1/16 inch, which I'd read it was right on the back of the packaging. Like, I could have saved myself a lot of time.
Size matters. So now we're going to the store to go get a 1 1/16 socket so that we can finish the project.
Well, it works because our little handheld hose broke earlier this week.
Yeah, it did.
And so we needed to get that piece anyways so we could clean it out a little bit better. So we'll get it all done at once.
It's fine. I feel like this is the story of our lives with RV life. It just happens this way where you go to do a project and something inevitably goes wrong, or you have to have plan B in mind. And so you just end up rolling with the punches. And it's not anything new for us.
Like, I had a toolbox back when we were living in a house with like tons of tools in it. And so I kind of took the things that I knew I was going to need, but left everything else, thinking that I would just kind of build as I go. But I can tell you this much. There is not a 1 1/16 inch socket in my toolbox in the storage unit.
Well, there we go. At least we know we are buying a brand new tool that you don't have before that we 100% need.
You know, I bought the anode rod before Christmas, and if I just read the packaging, I could have asked for a 1 1/16 socket set from somebody.
You could have. It could have been a Christmas gift. That was a missed opportunity there, sir.
What did we get for Christmas?
What did we? Oh, I got a pair of sunglasses because I always lose my sunglasses. I think I've already lost them, though. I got a t-shirt that shows the Texas Rangers won the World Series. Whoop, whoop.
Go Rangers!
What else? What did you get? Oh, you got hat knife. There we go. Hat knife. He got a multi-tool set from his brother-in-law, and this little pocket knife was in there. It fits perfectly on his hat, and he has put it on there and not taken it off ever since.
Well, I'd take it off to change it to a different hat if I wear a different hat.
Well, yeah.
You know.
So, hat knife, a t-shirt, and sunglasses. It was great. A great Christmas. Hopefully you had a great Christmas, too. Let us know what presents you got in the comments below. Success!
We got out of there.
We did it. Okay, so now we have a 1 1/16 inch socket.
I like how you had to read it first before you...
I did have to read it first. And then, because our nozzle on our hose broke, we got this as well.
A new
nozzle. Hose nozzle. Nozzle hose? I don't know, whatever this is. And then we got this, whatever this is. What is this?
Well, basically, we got a new handle for the hose, so that way we can spray and control the water, because the other one broke on our hose. And then I got a basically like it makes a smaller stream, so we can actually spray into the hot water heater and kind of clean it out some. So it's got a name on it.
It's a more direct.
It's got a name on it.
Jet nozzle with shut off.
I don't really need the shut off, but it's got a little sprayer.
There we go. So now back to finish the project.
Yeah, it's getting dark now. It's getting a little cold outside. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. Do I really want to do it tonight, or do I want to wait for another day? But it's supposed to start raining tomorrow. We're in Florida already, and why is it getting cold?
I don't know. Florida, come on.
Get your act together.
Get your act together, Florida. You should be warm this time of year.
I put up with Publix just so that way I can have warm weather. If it's going to be cold, then I have no reason to be putting up with Publix. I can go back to Louisiana if I need to and go to Rouse's, where I can actually get some good stuff.
Oh, Rouse's is great. Yes, I agree. It's the best grocery store.
Hands down.
In Louisiana, hands down.
Just best grocery store, hands down.
I don't know. There's some pretty good grocery stores, like, in Texas. H-E-B, it's hard to compete with H-E-B or Market Street or Central Market. There's some good ones in there.
You're all bougie and with your Market Street and Central Market.
Hey, they're nice. H-E-B's great.
H-E-B is great. It does have a bigger selection, but Rouse's is just like, I mean, it's a Cajun man's just dream to go to Rouse's.
It is. And they have good king cake, too. I can tell you for a fact.
By the way, I'm not Cajun. I'm just enjoy Cajun.
You enjoy Cajun food? Yes.
No, I just enjoy Cajuns.
Yeah, I'm Cajun.
So now, broken handle, gotta take this off. Use my rusty pipe wrench. Everybody complains when I use it. So
And
I thought I'd use it again here. Probably should put Teflon tape on, or not Teflon, whatever the tape is called.
plumber's tape.
Plumber's tape, but I'm not. It should be good enough.
Do you need this jet spray hose nozzle?
Yeah, we will when we go to clean it out, so I'll go and put it on. Might as well.
There you go.
Ready?
And your socket, sir.
Thanks.
Welcome. I have the hose. You have the socket. We
Let's
have
go.
an anode rod. Let's do this. All right.
I turned the water back off, so we're ready to go.
Okay, good deal.
Oh, I need to relieve the pressure again. Oops,
Oh,
almost.
oh. Still not a ton of water coming out,
No.
which is a good thing.
Okay.
Here it goes, moment of truth.
How bad is it? So we've had this anode rod for 2 years now, so, and you're supposed to do it every year, so do it every year, guys.
Do it every year. Don't be like us and wait 2 whole years. Whoa, that's gross.
This is not what your anode rod should look like. It is falling
Wow.
apart. It should look like a solid metal piece, and this looks like a crunchy, like, what's that sugar candy?
Oh, it's like rock candy.
Yeah.
That's what this looks like, is rock candy. Your anode rod should not look like rock candy.
I'm done.
Oh, God, you just sprayed it all over me.
Okay, take a breaker bar. I forgot. Leave the pressure valve open when you go to dump it, and it'll go faster. Basically, you've got like a little air pocket inside of there, and so if you just take the anode rod out, no air can go in, so it kind of is like the air and the water are fighting against each other. So you open the pressure release valve, air can come in, so water through the pressure relief valve, and water can come out through where the anode rod was. It's really useful. So now that the water's done flowing, we're going to clean it out. So I had to turn the water back on. Sorry, forgot to turn the camera on while I did that. Turn the water back on. Use the manifold to bypass the hot water heater so there's no water going to it. But I'm gonna use the manifold now to send some water to the hot water heater so we can get a little bit more gunk out. So there we go. Flow rate's gone up. That's good. Get a little bit of the gunk out. Now we're gonna take a toothbrush. Now I needed a tool for this, and I totally should have looked for something while we were at the store. But we're gonna try an old toothbrush and hope that that's enough.
Don't use that toothbrush to brush your teeth after you do this. And here's a straw cleaner to really get the fine pieces out.
Yeah, again, it's not the right tool for the job, but you
It
know,
works.
It works. So now we're gonna take the hose nozzle, the hose sprayer thingy, and we're gonna put some pressure in there, kind of spray around. Oh yeah.
Gross.
There's some dirty water coming
That's
out now.
some dirty water.
It'd be better if we had like a thin little thing that we could stick in there, like a thin hose that we could attach, but
We don't.
we don't.
So
this
we're
is
making
work.
do. Better than nothing.
I mean, it's working. That's some brown water.
It is working.
So we're gonna just alternate spraying and scrubbing
Spray, scrub.
until the water comes out mostly clean. We're not gonna get it perfect this time, unfortunately, because we don't have the right tools, but we've survived for 2 years with it. It's been okay, so I think we'll survive.
It's better than nothing. RV service friends, I know y'all are yelling at us in the comments, but it's better than nothing.
We will, maybe we'll replace this one in like 6 months.
That probably would be a good idea.
Get the right tools for it too.
Yeah.
So if you're curious, what does an anode rod do? It is a sacrificial metal, so it is to help prevent things from rusting inside of your hot water heater. And so what happens is it rusts instead.
Oh.
Spray it hard. Get her in there good. Stuff it in and spray it.
Oh no.
And then pull it out and watch it go.
That's what she said.
1 or 2 more should be good enough. We'll call it good since we don't have the right cleaner and or the right tool to really clean it out, and we'll just replace it in 6 months.
I mean, the anode rod itself is only like a $16, $17 part, so it really should be replaced at least every year, if not every 6 months.
And as a full-timer, I don't mind. It's $17 if I'm doing it twice a year. It's not a big deal. Compared to the cost of mowing my lawn, honestly, if I had a home, this would save me money still.
Oh yeah.
So now it's just a matter of putting the new anode rod in.
Your anode rod, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I also need the socket thing that you put away.
Oh, oops.
I'm gonna wait on the right tool for this one at least. I'm not gonna put it in.
Your socket wrench, sir.
It's actually a breaker bar.
Your breaker bar, sir.
Get it started. What's really cool, at least with this anode rod, is it came with the plumber's tape already on it.
Oh, that's nice.
So I didn't have to do that part at least. Okay, now to see if it works.
Now did it work?
Okay, well, we'll make sure I got, screwed in and everything. So bypass the hot water heater. It's filling. I hear it filling. I just want to make sure we don't get any leakage.
Leakage.
So basically the anode rod is also, stopping the water from coming out at the same time. So I just want to make sure we're good there. Like I said, the ones that don't have anode rods have, well, maybe they still have anode rods, but it's somewhere else. Have plugs there so you can dump your water, so you can service your hot water heater when you need to, or dump it when you need to winterize. So now that the water's coming out, we close the pressure relief valve, let that all drain for just a second, and then we'll turn it back on, and then we'll have hot water, because right now we don't have hot water at all. Okay, pressure relief valve is closed. I don't see any leaks. I think we're good. I'll check it again tomorrow, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn the hot water heater on so we can have some hot water tonight.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
Because it's cold outside, and I don't want to wash my hands with cold water.
That is very true.
No, we just put the cover back on. Really cool thing, if you've got one of these hot water heaters, you can get one of these covers for the hot water, for the vent, so that way...
wasps and dirt daubers don't get up in there.
Exactly, because they will get in and form a home.
So there we go. Not the most professionally done anode rod swap out, but successful nonetheless.
I wouldn't even say that that's much... I wouldn't even call that amateur. I'd call that like sub-amateur.
It was elementary, dear Watson. So if you like what you saw, or you don't like what you saw, like, subscribe, comment, ding that bell so that way you'll get notified anytime we do any of our shenanigans. And we'll see you next time.
And tell us everything we did wrong and all the wrong tools we used. It's cool with me. Bye!
Bye! Gross!
So now the water just gets to dump out of the hot water heater.
As it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes.
But it's warm water, so at least, warm your hands. Then your hands get cold.
And then your hands get cold because it's actually kind of chilly out here. How long does it take for all that to come out?
I mean, quite a while.